We saraga fuate na kansala jonkana jonkoninya balimanyamalo konena lenteningama.
I was touched very deeply by this dream. It wasn't something that I was able to conveniently put aside because I felt in my most inner core that something was being asked of me, and I wasn't exactly sure what that was. The film grew out of that exploration that I made. I was not a filmmaker, but the dream made me a filmmaker because I felt that the message of the dream was something that needed to be communicated to people all over the world.
Everywhere in the world, people ask, who are your people?
I wanted other people to experience the wonder of reconnecting to Africa. Making a film seemed to be the best vehicle to do that. My Mother's Daughter is a film about going home. It is a film about reconnecting those ancestral roots that were severed during slavery.
We don't speak about it to one another. We don't talk about that deep pain and tearing that happened. I know a lot of African Americans carry that.
There is a wound of lacking connection, lacking story, lacking history.
We need to face the past in order to face the future with really any sense of like hope and pride.
You know, the truth is, who wants to be a slave? You know, who wants to acknowledge that? And yet, that's what we are. That's our lineage.
You know, it is a human experience that we need people and we need place.
While there have been films and programs on African Americans tracing their genealogy and trying to find out their connection to Africa, My Mother's Daughter is a very unique film. It picks up where those films have left off.
We left family back in Africa. They're there. We don't know who they are. And so we don't know who we are.
You don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going, you don't know where you came from.
What was the language? What was the food? What was the music that we listened to? What were the stories that we told? What were the successes of our people?
Being connected is one of the things that allows you to actually spread wings and fly.
We will take the journey to Africa. We will confront the ghost of the past. We will talk to Africans.
Like, I can remember telling my mom when I was a little girl that I wanted to go to Africa, and you know, it's like, why? You're not African.
Most African Americans, you know, wanted as little to do with Africa as they possibly could. I mean, for African Americans, the picture of Africa that they have seen is of war, hunger, poverty, or Tarzan movies where, you know, the only brave person on the continent is a white man. On the flip, that for many Africans, the picture of African Americans has been Hollywood movies when we were growing up, and most African Americans in those movies were pimps or prostitutes or drug pushers, or, you know, some of the friends that I met when I came here from different African countries spoke about their parents telling them to stay away from African Americans.
When you only know a part of a history, it's more painful to connect to the truth.
There is a need to gain some understanding about the complicity of Africans in the Atlantic slave trade.
Who took part in it? Why did they take part in it? We don't have those answers all collectively. And we've never sat down with the people from Africa and said, why don't you just tell me your story?
The work that I do around reconciliation always starts with asking people to tell their own story and to be willing to listen to the story of whoever is the other. Until we do that, until we have that reconciliation, then I think that we as women of the African diaspora will never live up to the strength that we actually have.
And that's part of the importance of this film, is that we need to start the dialogue towards recovery.
Everyone has part of the wisdom that our world needs to be whole. And women of African descent are the last whose stories are told.
This is going to be an incredible journey. I'm asking you to join us as an active participant in making it possible.
Everyone can't go to Africa, but yet we all need to have this healing.
Your participation in this film makes you part of the healing process that promises to unfold.
It is time for us to claim the stories of our mothers, to claim the struggles of our grandmothers, to claim the triumphs of our great-grandmothers, and to help write the future glory of our daughters. And we can only do that when we are able to name our own story.
I promise you it will change your life. Please join us on this journey.